Hello and welcome to Pixel Tavern's sort of run through of the Sonic Forces trailers. Really, there's quite a lot of little bits of footage, so we're kind of just going to chuck them all together and talk about all of them because there isn't really a proper trailer for this, is there yet, Nick?
No. Well, we had that. The introduction trailer, but when it was first announced, but
Yeah,
that's literally the only trailer we got. Then we got little snippets of gameplay here and there, but
yeah,
nothing solid.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
but we're both massive Sonic Generations fans, so
yeah, exactly.
It's something to talk about.
And Sonic Colors, gotta love a bit of Sonic Colors.
Well, all of it, like literally, when it comes to the modern gameplay,
oh, definitely, yeah.
I'm gonna class it as modern gameplay purely because I don't count Lost World or
Lost World was World was a bit rubbish.
Well, Lost World wasn't too bad.
It wasn't terrible. It's just like it had good game level designs, and then it had
great music.
Oh, great music, yeah. And then it had like god awful level design. So it was
yeah. But then obviously they had Sonic Boom afterwards, and that game can die.
The sequel to Sonic 06, that pretty much was.
Do you know how long it's been that I've never bought a Sonic game?
I imagine you haven't bought since Lost World.
No, I bought Lost World, and then literally, I haven't bought one since. Like I did not like this. I'm the type of Sonic fan that I'd buy every single Sonic game, even if they're terrible.
Yeah.
But Sonic Boom I just couldn't get near it.
I couldn't bring myself to buy that. I haven't bought a Sonic game since Lost World either, actually, which is sad because I'm hoping Forces and Mania will be Sonic's comeback. So
actually, that's a lie.
What is that?
No, it might have been after. I did have Sonic and Mario at the London Olympics.
The ultimate Sonic game.
By trying to think if that was a Wii U one or a Wii title.
It was a Wii title. Oh no, that was a Wii U title actually. Yeah, the London ones. I don't think
it might have been before actually. It might have been before Lost World, but
yeah. Oh fucking hell. Right, I suppose.
Well, we're British, I had to get it.
Yeah, exactly. I think the Wii U one was Sonic and Mario at the Rio Olympics. I think the last Olympics, wasn't it? So that was the first Wii U one.
Okay, yeah. No.
But I didn't buy that.
Again, you're like, my hands aren't as fast as they used to be.
No.
For those types of games.
What, for the waggle?
For the waggle. Read into that as much as you want.
Oh, fucking hell, I remember those games, man. Such great emotions.
Oh, God. All right. Wanking jokes aside.
Let's get on to Sonic, I suppose. Right, so we're going to be talking exclusively about Sonic Forces. We're going to do Mania in another video. But the first thing I want to point out is I've noticed that Wisps, well, I'm sure everyone's already noticed that Wisps are in it, but do you think this is going to be the boost system from Generations where you just have to collect rings, or do you think it's going to be like Colors where you have to get specific Wisps?
If the Wisps, because you're talking about the Wisps right at the start of the trailer, aren't you?
Yeah.
By the looks of it, if they're there like that, like you don't see the power up getting taken.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming it's going to be a boost mechanic similar to Colors.
Yeah.
Which I don't know how I feel about that if that is the case.
Yeah, I want it to be Generations boost system because although Colors was fine, I suppose the problem is the reason that Colors was a little bit let down by it was because it was on the Wii. The Wii couldn't really handle the level sizes, so they had to slow Sonic down a bit to make them bigger.
Well, that's why Colors was mainly 2D stages.
Yeah, exactly.
You had some of the 3D segments, but the majority of it was 2D.
Yeah, and most of those 3D sections were quite short as well. So
yeah.
But I mean, my brother pointed something out about this to me the other day that although like you'll be a bit slower, maybe it'll be a bit nicer to not be constantly boosting, because that's all the modern Sonics has become is hold X and keep moving as fast as possible. Although that is a lot of fun though. So
yeah, but the reason I love Generations so much is trying to get the fastest time on that. Like I love the thrill of just boosting all the way through Green Hill Zone.
Oh, definitely.
And not stopping and trying to get all the big shortcuts.
I think that's why I want it to be the Generations one, because they have finally gotten right making Sonic a game where you move fast. I can't remember who I heard it from, but they said the problem with Sonic Sonic's mechanic of playing fast is that's not a mechanic, that's just a way of playing. And that's where Sonic hits a brick wall and its level design falls apart a bit. But the way they've done it in this, speed is the mechanic, and that's what makes it good. But if they fuck it up and do the colours like speed system, it's not going to be as good, I don't think. But yeah we're going to have to wait and see.
Well, I'm trying to think, because obviously they've been evolving from Unleashed to Colours to Generations. Generations is the most well-received Sonic game, I believe.
It's either Generations
years,
or Colours,
Generations. So surely they won't revert back to the Colours if they're smart enough, but then this is Sonic Team.
It is Sonic Team.
They won't revert back to the previous game purely because, like, just to make things easier, especially on the next gen console. Like, you've got that power behind it now.
Yeah.
You don't need to go back to
making it slower.
Yeah, making it slower and more platform friendly. Even though it's a platformer, but I want my speed, man. That's what Sonic.
Oh yeah, you want that speed. And I think I mean the whole modern Sonic concept is based entirely off of quite clearly the Sonic Rush games on the DS.
Yeah.
Like, they brought in the whole boost system thing, and every modern Sonic has copied it since. And again, in Sonic Rush, the fun of that game was just moving so ridiculously fast that you could barely tell what you were doing. And that's what made it great. And then they brought that into the 3D version. I mean, Unleashed, like, in all honesty, I felt like Unleashed would have been a more well-received game if they made it 15 quid, but only put the modern Sonic levels in it. Completely cut out the werehog, and you would have had a Sonic game that people would have been like, whoa, this is great. It's short, but it was cheap, so I don't mind.
Well, then, think about how short Generations was. In retrospect, you can get through that game.
I got through it in about, I think the original playthrough I got through in 3 hours.
Yeah, if you go for the platinum, you can play it for hours. Like if you
definitely.
want to do it. Like, there's a lot of replay value there, but
I mean,
essentially the main game is not very long.
Yeah, I mean, I've gone back to Generations multiple times, like I do with the old Sonics, just to replay through the levels because they're fucking awesome. I mean, there was some design element let down in Generations, I felt, especially the Planet Wisp level. That's one I never replay. It's just because it was really long. Yeah, it was like a 10-minute level if you didn't quite know where you were going. And even when you learn where to go, it's still a good 6 or 7 minutes, and that's just not fun in a Sonic level.
And the classic music is terrible.
Yeah, that was. It's a shame.
As you can tell, I'm big on Sonic music, and if it's jarring to the ears, my main reason, literally one of the first reviews I ever did was on Sonic 4 Episode 2.
Oh yeah.
Like a proper written one. I did it for my university course.
Yeah.
And the main problem I had with that game is, like, it's not too bad of a Sonic game. Like, it's not up there with some of the classics, but
the music
was just so jarring. Like, the only two decent tracks were remixes from previous games.
Yeah, exactly. So that is, I mean, I'm hoping. I mean, the Generations music and Colours' music was pretty good, so hopefully Forces is going to be able to keep that motif going.
Well, the music on the track that's part of the gameplay demo sounds like classic. Like, sounds like a proper modern Sonic game.
Yeah.
So if it's anything like Sonic Lost World, then we're in for a treat, really. Yeah, that's the thing. Sonic is a bit. Music is a big part of a Sonic game. Like, it's one of the fundamentals. Like, even to this day, like I when I'm in work, I'll just play Sonic music in my ear for hours on end while I'm working. So mainly the two big soundtracks I listen to is Sonic, and Donkey Kong. So
yeah, Donkey Kong's fucking amazing. And I loved when they got David Wise back for Tropical Freeze on the Wii U. Oh, beautiful.
Well, yeah, definitely, yeah.
Anyway, back to Sonic. We got.
I will point out.
Yeah.
Best thing about Sonic 2006 music.
Well, that was pretty much one of the only good things in that game, wasn't it?
Well, yeah.
Although you have to point out in Sonic 06, you remember the auto run levels.
Yeah.
I mean, that is kind of a precursor to this, really, isn't it? Like, that's the same sort of style they've gone for. Except
shitter version, but
yeah, much shitter version. But everything in that game was a much shitter version of the things that preceded it and the things that followed it. That's what Sonic 06 was.
Well, yeah, definitely, yeah.
It's a bit like a reverse Ocarina of Time. Like, after Ocarina of Time, it took all the old elements and made them better, and then created pretty much what the future of Zelda would be for another 20 years. Whereas Sonic 06 did the opposite of that.
Talking about Sonic 06, though, let's try and put this into the actual conversation.
Yeah.
Where it's relevant to the game. There's going to be a third character in Sonic in Sonic Forces.
Yeah.
Could there be a Dreamcast Sonic 06 kind of style of gameplay?
See, I think that'd be quite cool, because, I mean, it would be nice to have that style of Sonic back. I mean, so, as much as, like, you see, like, Sonic Adventure being played now, and it does look pretty out of date, but Sonic Adventure 2 played very well, especially for the time and the speeds you were moving at. It would be quite cool to get Sonic Adventure Sonic back. My theory behind all this on this game is that you're neither in modern Sonic's world or classic Sonic's world. You're in this new Sonic's world. And it would be reasonable to think that this is Sonic Adventure's world, where it was a lot darker toned and like end of the worldy and everything like that. And that seems to be what's happening. So,
well, have you seen the silhouette of the third character?
I have. It kind of looks like Blaze the Cat from Sonic Rush.
Yeah, it definitely looks like a cat.
Yeah, but Blaze the Cat is from a dystopian future, so I guess it would make sense that it looks like this.
But, well, yeah, she's got two backstories, hasn't she?
Yeah, oh, that's true. Yeah, Sonic 06 again.
06 completely retcon, like, well, and that's when she quote unquote died at the end of Sonic 06. She could have went into that parallel world. But...
That's true. Although I think Sonic 06 was kind of a reboot for all of Sonic, and then they went, that went so badly, we'll just ignore Sonic 06.
We got to get off Sonic 06.
Yeah, we got that game hurt me. Right, let's go back to Forces. One thing I did want to say about Forces actually is I'm really glad when they announced it for the Switch, because that was like, okay, so the Switch can handle like quite a high quality game like that sort of thing, because that was a big problem for the Switch when it first got announced. Everyone was worried that it wasn't going to be that powerful, but I mean, if it's running something that's going to look like this, I mean, I'm happy with that. I'm cool with that, really. And
is it definitely a port of?
They have said that it is going to be the same game, as far as I heard. Yeah, because they're not doing what they did with Unleashed, where it was a different version. So
tell you what, that Wii version is quite underrated.
It is actually. The Wii version was. I felt the Wii version, although the Werehog sections still weren't fun, at least there were only about 5. You had to do loads of them, but they were only 5 minutes each. Whereas on the Xbox and the PS3 version, the Werehog levels were like 25 minutes long, and I could only survive playing them for 10 minutes before I wanted to shoot myself. So
and you had to repeat them.
And you had to repeat them if you died. Whereas, at least on the Wii version, you could get through them, even though they were mundane. You could eventually get through them and enjoy the good bits.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
But that was actually built on a different game engine, Sonic Unleashed, on the Wii. They didn't use the Werehog engine in that.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Werehog engine, actually, they've said that this is using Hedgehog Engine 2.
Ooh, so they've upgraded.
So it's upgraded, which you can kind of tell. I mean, some of the graphical fidelity to it, I don't think the old engine would have been able to do. There's a lot of improved lighting and everything like that. I mean, this is, even from early footage, this game looks, pretty and very colourful and well designed in that sense. Just hope Sonic Team can keep the level design up to that scratch as well.
Well, they have also said, just to clarify, that not all the levels are going to be in this destroyed world. There is going to be colourful levels and.
Well, they've already shown.
They showed Green Hill Zone, but
which fucking again, come on, Green Hill. How many versions of Green Hill are there now?
But if Green Hill Zone's here, are they going to do a couple more classic stages?
That's what I'm thinking, which is cool, but at the same time, it's like, just make a Generations 2, like an actual Generations 2 if you want to do that.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean...
it's technically is, in a way, seeing it is for the 25th anniversary.
Yeah, definitely.
It's been 5 years since Generations. Yeah,
which is crazy. 2011 or 12 that came out. I remember getting it on release. talking about the footage for Classic Sonic for the Green Hill Zone. I mean, it does look like it's going to be a different version. If you notice, like the waterfall seems to be sand and all broken apart rather than being water. So I mean, it's definitely going to be a very differently designed version. But I think I do wonder. I mean, maybe it's Green Hill Zone in that dystopian future sort of thing, which could be interesting. But
yeah, but we're getting Green Hill Zone in Mania, so in
Mania
the same year we're getting 2 new versions of
Green Hill Zone. Yeah, which is, I think that's Sega are very clearly a bit afraid of pushing Sonic forward. Now that they seem to have found a formula that people seem to like, they're getting a bit too like, oh god, we don't want to mess up that formula. So they're getting a bit afraid and sticking too much classic. I mean, the reason Mario, on the flip side of the coin, like the reason Mario did so well is because he evolved so quickly. He went from Super Mario Bros. 3 and then Super Mario World, and then his next game was Super Mario 64, which had no real resemblance to old Mario games, if you think about it, really.
Phil, technically, Yoshi's Island is Super Mario World 2.
I'm sorry. Clearly my mistake.
But yeah, even if you include that, it's radically different from Super Mario World anyway.
I mean, like Sonic Adventure, I mean, let's be honest, I mean, although, sure, Sonic Adventure overall wasn't the greatest of games, like, if it was just a full game of Sonic, it would have been a pretty damn good game, to be honest.
Yeah, same with Sonic Adventure 2, really.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you cut out all the crap, that's the problem Sega always have, is they've always got to do a gimmick, and the gimmick never works. Gimmick always ruins the game. And
Generations gimmick worked.
Yeah, to be fair, Generations gimmick did work, but I think the problem Generations had for me personally is there were some levels, for how few levels there were in it, some of them weren't that well designed. A lot of them were designed for, like, the classic Sonic levels, for me personally, I think all of them worked except Planet Wisp. Whereas modern Sonic, a lot of the levels, so I felt, so first 3 levels worked, although Sky Sanctuary was a little too slow. There was a bit too much platforming in it.
I agree with that.
Speed Highway was mostly good. City Escape was good, but again, it had too much platforming in it, which is not what you want as modern Sonic. His engine isn't set up for it. Like, leave the platforming to classic Sonic and leave the fast boosting and the speed to modern Sonic, and you've got a perfect formula. But again, Sega, they don't seem to quite get it sometimes. And hopefully this is going to be the game that changes that, really. But
yeah, well, it's looking promising.
Definitely.
From the 30 seconds I've seen of it.
Yeah.
I think if that was coming out at the end of this year, E3 would be the time to share the majority of Sonic Forces.
Definitely. I mean, Sonic Mania is meant to be out in the spring, so it's got to be within the next couple of months. But that's being done by a different development group. So, if I'm not sure, have you ever played the mobile versions of Sonic 2 and 1 and CD?
I have, yeah.
That it's made by the same guy and like director of those, so I think it'll have something good.
Here's a question for you: if we're probably going to talk about this on Mania as well, because Mania's having some classic stages come back. But if they did bring back some classic stages, which ones would you want?
Ooh.
Not including the ones that are in Generations.
Not including the ones in Generations. Well, they've already announced one of them, which is Scrap Brain Zone. I was really happy about that.
Don't worry about the Mania ones. We'll talk about that in the Mania discussion. But like mainly in Sonic Forces, what kind of modern retakes?
Modern retakes. I'm with you. I would quite like, I think Angel Island. Not Angel Island, sorry. Mushroom Hill from Sonic and Knuckles, because that was a really, like, the background to that level was incredible, I thought. And I think seeing that in a modern setting and having just the fun of the bouncing mushrooms, I think that'd be great to see in a modern version.
The problem with Mushroom Hill was that it was remade for the 3DS, but it just didn't do it justice. It wasn't in a free
It was good, that level, but it was too short. The only problem with Sonic Generations 3DS was that although the levels were very fun, they were over in about 2 minutes. So I think it would be interesting to see. I don't think they would do it, but maybe some Sonic CD levels. I mean, Sonic CD's, I hate to say it, it's probably my least favourite 2D one, but it would be interesting to see some of that level design modernised and see how they could take it forward, sort of thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially if they got the past, future, and present element into it as well. That would be really damn cool.
If I want anything, if they did do this, no city levels.
Yeah, I think Sonic gets
There's too many in Generations.
too many in Generations. There was four, I think.
Yeah, this might be controversial, but I'd like to see a remake of Kingdom Valley.
Is that the one with the train?
No, it's the one in the temple ruins in
Oh
2006.
yeah, like the kind of like the flagship level, the one that was on the box art and stuff.
Yeah.
To be honest, like although
it's just a cool setting.
Yeah, like although Sonic 06 was a shit game, to be fair, some of the environments, the levels were interesting.
Yeah.
And yeah, in Sonic Generations they chose Crisis City, and I was like,
Crisis City, yeah.
That's probably the worst one they could have picked. I mean, that level was frustrating as hell in the original. But so was every other level. But I think it would be... I think it would be interesting to see them fix Sonic 06 almost. You know, to like make good levels from those worlds sort of thing.
Yeah. And also Metal Harbor.
Oh, fucking would love Metal Harbor. That would be an absolutely amazing level. I think that was my favourite level on Sonic Adventure 2. And I could get through that level in fucking record time.
Yeah. See, and I would say a classic stage, but they're already remaking my favourite classic stage for Mania, so...
Which one's that?
The Scrap Brain Zone.
Oh, yeah. Not Scrap Brain Zone, you mean...
Not Scrap Brain Zone.
Flying Fortress?
Flying Fortress, yeah. So, but Lava Reef, I got a soft spot for Lava Reef.
Lava Reef would be cool, yeah. So, again, another one that would look very cool in that modern setting as well.
Yeah. Plus, I just want the remix of the music. So.
Oh, the Lava
Everything
Reef
with me with Sonic is music. Literally, it's the only thing I play it for is the music. Not really, but...
I tried to think who else there could be. I mean, like, other levels, I think... I can't remember. I think it was Metropolis Zone in Sonic 2. The really metal one.
Oh, you don't want that.
I did enjoy that level. I don't know how they'd make it work in a modern setting, but I think it would be cool.
No, that's literally do you know the reason? Like, I've been trying to play through Sonic 2 on the on my iPhone.
Oh yeah.
And I just can't like get through those stages. Not because I can't do them. It's just that it just frustrates me so much.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
There's so many. That's the one problem with Sonic 2. Like, it's a great game, but those last couple of levels are just full of bullshit.
Stupidly hard.
Well, it's not stupidly hard. It's just bullshit enemy placement.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that's what I mean. Like a modern version of the game. Like, I enjoyed the setting more than the actual like level design itself, sort of thing. But
yeah, definitely.
That is often the problem with Sonic. Is the look of the level is great, and then the design of it is appalling. So it's kind of that's the problem.
Except for Sonic 3 and Knuckles, that's I gotta say that's one of the best design games of all time.
Sonic 3 and Knuckles is it's my favourite like Sonic game ever. Really, I haven't played anything that tops it, and I've replayed that game countless times. And I mean, you can complete Sonic 3 in like 45 minutes, and then Sonic and Knuckles in about another 40. But it's the fact that you have 3 characters to do it with. Each can get 14 emeralds, and there's special zones, and it's just it's so good. Why can't Sega do that anymore?
Why can't they just have classic Sonic have 7 emeralds, modern Sonic have 7 emeralds, and then you both get hypersonics?
Boom. Frickin' Super Sonic level 2 or whatever you want to call it. Oh, imagine if we get Super Sonic level 3 and his spikes go super long.
Oh no, you don't want that. Seeing there's 2 Sonics, you want them to do fusion, man.
Oh, but then we just fuse to look like Sonic.
I know, it's just like teenage Sonic.
Yeah, angst Sonic.
But no, they fuse together, right? Here you go. They fuse together and they become Dreamcast Sonic.
Oh, there we go. Boom. You're too slow.
Oh God.
God, we'll get back the guy who originally voiced him. That's the point. Have they actually had any dialogue from this? Do we think it's going to be good old Chris Redfield voicing this again? I can't remember the actor's name.
Roger
Craig Smith. Yeah, that's it.
I hope he's still voicing Sonic. He's just lost a job with Chris Redfield. So
has he really? Oh, that's sad. He's a good voice actor.
I'm not going to go into that because
we've got.
But yeah, no. But by the sounds of it, he's not the voice actor for Chris anymore.
Of course, yeah. There's that DLC, isn't there? Yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of a bit of a shame.
Well, I mean,
I like him as Chris, even though he's Buffy Chris. But
yeah, I mean, apparently,
but I like him as Sonic as well. So he's probably the best Sonic voice actor we've had.
Oh, definitely, ever. Yeah. I mean, unless you include Joel White from the '90s cartoon.
Oh God. Drugs are no good.
That was such a good but bad series. Classic like subliminal message cartoons. That was.
Oh God.
But one thing I think would be interesting to see in this. I mean, I don't think Sega have got the guts to bring back other characters yet. I don't think we'll be seeing Knuckles and Tails in a Sonic game properly for several more.
Yeah, not as playable characters. They've already said they're bringing back some characters as
like side characters,
like NPCs sort of thing. Yeah, but yeah, no, not as playable characters. And this secret character is not a Sonic. It's something completely different.
Yeah, you know, want to know who it could be? Turns out it's like a future version of Luigi.
Can't imagine that.
And this is the ultimate.
They did a full transition and then basically said, yeah, we're bullshitting about this being on PS4 and Xbox One.
Yeah, Nintendo bought us out exclusive. 2 years ago. it does actually baffle me sometimes. Like, the Nintendo have all this fucking money, and the amount of companies that, like Platinum, for example, the director specifically stated on Twitter saying, if Nintendo wanted to buy us and make us a second party, I'd happily do that. And it's like, Nintendo, seriously, buy them now. Give them all the money. Like, it's freaking Platinum. They're so damn good. And I imagine Sega would happily be bought by them as well, because, I mean, I suppose the thing is with Sega is, although they've hit hard times over the years, they are still a pretty massive publisher, especially in the PC market. So, like, it's debatable whether or not Nintendo could buy them out, but who knows?
Well, we'll see. We'll see. I don't want Sonic to lose its Sony slot.
No, I would like. I think having Sonic on multiple consoles does help, but at the same time, sometimes being an exclusive means they spend a lot more time developing it because they only have to concentrate on one console, so it doesn't get spread across that development time. But then again, Generations was really good and Lost World sucked. Well, sucked, but was pretty bad.
Don't worry, Phil. You'll get your Sonic exclusive games anyway. You've got there's a new Olympics coming out in a couple of years.
Yay! Talking a bit more about Forces, actually. Obviously, you've got like the giant Eggman robots from Sonic 2 coming up here.
Oh god, they're coming back again.
They're repeating them too much, aren't they? Like Generations and. Oh, what was the other game they did it in? It was Sonic 4 Episode 1, wasn't it, that he was in? They repeat it. It's just like, don't get me wrong, that boss was cool, but you have loads of other bosses you could choose. Where's freaking Metal Sonic from Sonic 3? Like,
where's Doomsday?
Doomsday?
From Doomsday Zone.
Doomsday would be awesome.
That's not the actual name of the robot, but that's the Doomsday Zone.
That was the name of the level, yeah.
Yeah.
And you could have, which one was it? The one from Sonic and Knuckles with Mushroom Hill, the one you chased down. I mean, it was simple, but a modern version of that would be cool. And it's just, stop repeating the same bloody bad guy. Like, you've got better designs than this, or come up with new ones.
Yeah, but yeah, I know. But one thing Generations did well with the bosses is it showed how stupidly more powerful Sonic is.
Yeah, that's true.
With how he beating Chaos, like with just in his normal state now, he doesn't have to go Super
Saiyan.
Oh
yeah, he doesn't have to go
Super Sonic.
Yeah, he doesn't have to go Super Sonic anymore to take him out. Oh.
But I hope they do something similar to that. If they do bring back classic enemies, like you kind of just fucks them up. Like.
Yeah, it'd be awesome to do. And I do like. Imagine you've seen this as well. Like these giant. The giant Eggman robots as well, like, are soaking up all the rings. Have you noticed?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder what that's got to be a story element of some kind.
Well, that's why you need to get the wisps.
Yeah, maybe that's why. Because I mean, I wonder if this means like you could be running along and rings would just be getting like sucked up in front of you, so you can't collect them, make it harder or something. Yeah, that'd be quite cool.
It's definitely cool. I just like the thought that Eggman's won. I think that's a cool concept.
I think it's quite cool having Eggman actually be winning. I hope he's on like some. I hope he's like proper like full on like Empire Eggman. He's got like a new costume that makes him look even more evil. But they better not.
But
change
this isn't the first time he's technically won.
That's true.
Like in Unleashed, until you done that final boss, he made Eggman Land.
Yeah, that's true.
He had Eggman Land.
Yeah,
like he fulfilled his dream, and you just blow it up. But
That's the point.
So that's the point. Why is everything destroyed? Like, there should be an Eggman land somewhere. That's all he wants to do. Is
Yeah,
like
all he wants
park.
is his massive Eggman land. That reminds me, actually. Eggman Land in Sonic Unleashed in the Wii version was incredible. That was one of the best levels. Whereas the Xbox 360 and PS3 version, halfway through the level, you turned into the Werehog, then you'd switch back, and it was unplayable. It was just fucking terrible.
That was like an hour-long stage, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it was about an hour long, and you barely played as Modern Sonic. So I think seeing a remake of Eggman Land would be quite cool.
Yeah.
But the Wii one, the good one.
The one thing they need to get right this time is the final boss.
Oh, definitely, yeah. They haven't got the final boss right in a while, have they? I think Sonic Adventure 2 was the last really good one I can think of.
The Generations was the most infuriating thing, especially to go for the Platinum.
To not get hurt, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Ugh.
It was the worst thing. Like, I've actually had to do in a video game.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is with Sonic as well, is because they're normally quite short, Sega need to be nailing pretty much every aspect of the game. So bosses, level design, and everything. The reason, like, for example, like Mario Galaxy, the reason that game is so popular is even when there is a level that's a bit, not that fun, it's 10 minutes of a game that has hundreds of different little puzzles and level mechanics and stuff. So one or two of them being meh or even bad doesn't really bother you, whereas an entire level in Sonic Generations, for example, that's a good percentage of the game that's shit. And it's just like, that's where Sega need to get it right. If they're going to make less levels but make them bigger, they need to nail the level design, which
definitely
they have yet to do. I mean, that I think that's kind of the concept they went with Colors. I mean, Colors has hundreds of levels, but they're all quite short. But there is some absolute gems in their level design, you know. But that's what they've got.
Yeah, no, definitely, yeah. But then remember, this has been. I think this has been in development since Lost World. So it's probably the longest Sonic game in development in some time.
I mean, I think Lost World was 2013 or 14. So this has been 3 years probably.
Yeah.
Which
usually I just rushed out the door.
Yeah, Sonic games are normally developed in about a year because Sega got into this idea of, hey, let's annualize our most popular franchise. No, take your time.
Yeah.
That's what decided to do.
I got a special exclusive, and the next Sonic game's been announced, and basically you just run around New York. And then imagine that.
Oh god.
Well, they did Colors straight after Galaxy, so
that's true.
Follow the trend. So but then Sonic's already done that with bloody Adventure anyway.
That is very true, actually. Yeah, Mario's copying Sonic now. Shit, it's gone full circle.
By the way, just to clarify, that was a joke.
Yeah. Well, all right. I think there's not much more to talk about. There's so little footage to this game. There's not really much to talk about.
To be fair, we've talked a lot for bloody 30 seconds.
Yeah, that's very true.
So when E3 comes along, I think we'll be having like a 3-hour conversation about Sonic.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, one last thing before we go. What is your final prediction on what the new character is? Other than, you can't choose Sonic Adventure Sonic, because that's one we've already talked about, or Blaze. So go for something completely off target, go for something wild. What would be your choice?
Something wild?
I've already got mine in mind.
I reckon, what's his name? There's a cat. There is a cat. It's like a snake. What was it? He's from Sonic Fighters. He's somewhere. I'm trying to think what his name is.
I know who you mean. I can't remember his name, but
what's his name? I was trying to think of the most obscure Sonic character I know.
One of the the one from that Sonic essentially sequel to Sonic Chaos, Sonic Triple Trouble, the purple guy with the hat, right?
Yes, that's the one. Yeah, what's his name?
I can't remember his fucking name, but I knew exactly who you mean. I'm gonna have to.
You have to, when you edit this, you're gonna have to get a picture up of him.
I will get a picture of him up, and I'll put his name up there in his bloody Australian hat.
The most obscure character I can think of. Maybe. No, here it is. Here's my prediction.
What's that?
Big the cat, but he's not big anymore. He went on a diet. He's gone skinny, and now he has to save the world.
he's like a really kick-ass, like Big the cat. That'd be amazing.
Yeah. He's like got a hench, like 6-pack, everything.
Although, actually, look, I've just searched up the guy from Sonic Triple Trouble, the guy you're on about. I can't find his name, but he does actually
like a weasel or something.
I think he was he's something Australian, but I can't remember what it is. But he does actually look quite a bit like a thin Big the Cat. He's got a belt, and he's the same colours, and he's even got the same like fur face. So
see, because like Triple Trouble went like really it didn't sell well. He kind of like lost to his like literally. He just spent his money, Sega bought him, got depressed, and just like
got
McDonald's.
really fat.
And then became Big the Cat. His only friend was a frog. And then, got a bit obsessed.
Oh, amazing. Fucking can't believe that was a thing.
So what's your prediction then? What's your
I'm going to go for something wild as well. Sally from the Sonic, the 1990s dark Sonic cartoon.
Ooh.
Imagine that. Imagine if they went, oh yeah, she's canon now. It's just like, fuck yeah, I'll play that.
That'd be pretty cool, actually, if they did start bringing in characters from the cartoons.
Yeah.
Well, stuff it. Let's get Sonic's brother and sister from Sonic Underground.
Oh, God.
Let's not do that.
Terrible.
Let's go. Oh. Might as well get Chris in from Sonic X.
Oh, please, dear God, no. That character was so shit. Why did they think they needed to put Sonic in the real world with like a human character? It just was terrible.
I know. I love the bit when like Amy snaps Shadow out of his funk in Sonic Adventure 2, but then they replaced it with Chris. No, is it Chris? I got a feeling it's not Chris.
Oh no, it is Chris. Yeah,
that was Chris.
The name of him. Did you ever watch the Japanese version?
Yes, they got Live and Learn on in when they Sonic and Shadow fight. The perfect Shadow.
I always find it funny though in the Japanese versions they swear quite a lot. They say shit all the time.
Yeah. Well, they do that in quite a lot of the shows. So.
Oh shit! I found his name. He kind of has two names by the looks of things. He was called Knack the Weasel or Fang the Sniper. Yes,
that's it, Knack the Weasel. That was it.
But he was also called Fang the Sniper, so I don't know why he's got two names. Probably something to do with the translation, but
Knack the Weasel's the one. No, I know both of them actually. I think it was he called Fang? I think one of them. I think he was in Sonic Fighters, and I think he was called Knack the Sniper in that.
I'm not sure. Maybe it's to do with the comics as well, because the comics were a lot of things back then. I mean, it'd be interesting to see some of the comic book stuff in. I mean, they brought the Chaotix crew in, and I think they originated from the comics, because Knuckles Chaotix was made after the comics started, I think. So yeah. Well,
they didn't bring in all the Chaotix, did they? They've forgot about the armadillo.
That's true, yeah. No one cared about the armadillo. Probably thought he looked too much like Knuckles or something.
I love it. They didn't care about the armadillo, but they brought in Charmy the Bee.
Oh, fucking Charmy the Bee. Why did I get paired with a bee? Damn it. Oh,
good. All right, I think we're going to have to... we're going on massive tangents now.
I hope everyone enjoyed that. And
that was a little nerd conversation about Sonic. I've let out my inner Sonic.
Yeah, a bit of Sonic nerd. We'll do a bit more with Sonic Mania soon. I'm going to have fun editing this because I've got about 30 seconds of footage to work with a 30-minute video clip. So
just get loads of generations footage, man.
Yeah, loads of generations, loads of colours. Chuck that all in there. Chuck it all in right now. Montage. Cool.
Then we've got Mania, and then when you do Mania, you can just kick fucking classic Sonic.
I can just chuck classic Sonic in and probably won't be able to tell the difference. No, it does look good. I'm glad it's in 60 frames. I'm impressed with that. Cool. Right, we should probably wrap that up. Thanks for watching, guys. Cool. Hope you enjoyed that. And more Sonic to come.
Yeah, can't wait for E3 to talk about this for 3 hours.
Yeah, can't wait for E3. Just over a month.
Woo.
Over that. Cool. Woo. Right, thanks for watching, guys.
Bye. Right. Bye.